So you're probably here because you don't have a calendar that looks something like this. Listen, so most people are struggling with getting clients. They think they need a certain outreach strategy that will clear the path to their ideal client. But I can tell you that in order to book 50 meetings a month, you need two things, and it's probably not what you expect. It's creating an irresistible offer and volume. You can do three things that will separate your offer within the market, right? So let me tell you this. Every market has something that craves attention. Let me give you an example. We have an implementation program where we help people implement two appointment setters that will do 300 outreaches every single day, right? When I tell people that I help them create an irresistible offer, I don't get their attention. I get their attention when I tell them that I can create them a calendar full of appointments, right? So you have to figure out that sort of light within your niche that will craves people attention, and you have to market it that way. The second thing is that you need to create an offer that people cannot say no to. Look at your current time process and think that how could I get people, so how could I get them from their current pain to their desired outcome as fast as possible? Improve your mechanism, add more value within your offer, and create a guarantee, because people, when you create a guarantee, people see the solution, right? People see a certain solution within your offer. If you have a crazy offer, you probably don't have to reach out to many people in order to sell one of your units, services, programs, right? But if you combine it with two appointment setters that can send 300 outreach messages every single day, there is no possible way to fail, right? I can guarantee you that if you click on this link in the description and you follow the process of how to build an offer, right? And you watch this video on how to find, manage, and train VAs, I can promise you that you will have 5 clients if you do it for a month consistent. After refining and optimizing your current offer, you need to find out a way to gain attention from people. You can do that by leveraging paid audiences, right? So when I talk about leveraging paid audiences, I mean buying access to someone else's audience. Because when you leverage paid audiences, there are people with buying power. There are people that are interested in buying your product. You probably have a solution that will correlate with their problem, and you can provide that solution to them. So what I want you to do is let your 2 VAs do outreach to all those people within that Facebook group, right? If you bought access to that audience. And you're already targeting the top 1% people that you should reach out to, right? We're not going to do cold outreach. Doing cold outreach totally doesn't make sense in any way. You're not reaching out to people that are not interested in buying your product. Why should you reach out to them? If you cannot find people with problems and you don't have a solution for that, don't reach out to them. So now you're probably asking, okay, Nick, so how do I train, manage, and find appointment setters? You can do 2 things. You can hire VAs for $3 an hour. I will show you in this video how to do that. Or you can find people that are interested in becoming an appointment setter. I will also show you how to do that in this video. As I already told you, please go over this document before implementing 2 appointment setters, because you need to have an irresistible offer before you can access and before you can implement a lot of volume to actually produce the best results, right? Because if you have an offer that people don't want to buy, it doesn't really make sense to send out much volume, right? But if you combine it together, it can produce you a lot of money. So please go over this. It is in a link in the description. It takes 10 minutes and I will promise you it will be life-changing, okay? So how to hire VAs, growth specialists, an appointment setter role, that can add an extra 30K a month in profit every 90 days. Why every service-based business needs an appointment setter, right? So you have to understand that you build a business, right? You're not working like a job. You build a business, you build a machine that can produce the desired amount of money every single month, right? And you can scale that business by labor, so hiring people, or building infrastructures, building systems. You have to understand that you have to delegate outreach. You have to delegate outreach to certain people that are willing to do that work and that can do that work better than you can do, right? You don't run a business. Like, you're a slave to your own business. So that means that you don't run a business. You just work, right? Extremely high return on investment. So if appointment setters are trained and managed the right way, they can produce you a great return on investment. Seriously. One growth specialist can easily add an extra 10K a month every single month, right? That's not that hard if you have an appointment setter that is trained the right way, okay? I was an appointment setter myself for 9 months, so I only work with growth specialists, by the way, not with VAs anymore. But I can tell you that I had a certain outreach strategy that I teach them, and I know they can produce like the desired results for my business. So you have to give them the right training and management in order to succeed, right? I'm going to talk about that later in this video. Why every service-based business needs an appointment setter as well is because you need to produce volume in order to get attention, right? You have an offer. You want to put that offer on the market, so you have to get attention. You need to have people that can educate other people on your offer. And you can do that by volume. You can do that by making YouTube videos, right? You have to find a certain way to get attention. And the only way you get attention is to put your face out there. So appointment setters are sending out volume, a lot of volume, guys, like 300 to 400 messages every single day. We have an implementation program where we help you implement to train growth specialists that will do 300 to 400 outreach messages every single day. And trust me, that's a lot, but the results are great. Seriously, if you send out 300 to 400 messages every single day, it can produce you like a lot of money every single month, right? So how do those appointment setters move your company to the next levels? So they are running the whole front end of the business. You can focus on the back end, so service delivery. You have to delegate the task, as I said. If you give them the right training, they can book you a lot of calls. And I mean a lot of calls, guys. Seriously, it's crazy. They carry a lot of weight that you cannot take besides all the other things that you need to do while running a business. Service delivery, giving clients actual results. I also talked about that in the offer. You have to build a results guaranteeing offer. That way, you build an offer that people can just not say no to, right? And if you combine those volume with like an offer that's very good, there is no way you will not get any clients. It's just impossible because you get attention from people and you have a crazy offer that people cannot say no to. So the difference between growth specialists and VAs are that growth specialists are really touching the emotional side. So they can really build up relationships. They don't have to follow a script. They can really go into personal stuff. So they can really book you a lot more meetings. They can really grow within your business. And VAs are you just delegate tasks to VAs and you let them do the work that you want to delegate at that moment. So how do you find VAs? So you find VAs by going to Facebook, type in virtual assistants, and it doesn't matter, and just find the right groups. What I want you to do here is I want you to do a job post, okay? And many people are going to react to that job post, okay? So Facebook group, qualified groups, find qualified groups. I prefer that you would find private groups because they're better. Do job posts, review the candidate's profile. So go to their profile and look what they're doing. What I want you to do then is that you have to create a certain, like a form that they can fill in questions like this. We do this for our own business because we want to know certain questions before we hop on a call with them, right? If you think they're qualified, hop on a qualification call with them and see if you were a good fit together. Because they can answer questions. You don't know how they are in person. So what I want you to do is hop on a qualification call. And if you think it's a good fit, onboard them. Growth specialists. So how do you find growth specialists for your business? If you find the right growth specialist for your business, they can produce you a lot of money. And I mean, seriously, a lot of money. So what I want you to do is I want you to find an influencer in the space that helps people become appointment setters. So let's say you're here. This is a guy. You probably know him, you probably not. This guy helps people become appointment setters. This is called a value post, like a 2-steps post. Let's say you go down here and you see right here, if you want to fast track your progress. And so he's actually reaching out to the people that want to become an appointment setter. or a coach. In this time it's a coach, but when I go here, it's like for the people who want to become an appointment setter. So comment, type, and I'll DM you the details in a bit. So these are people who are interested in becoming an appointment setter. So you have like hundreds of people who are interested in becoming an appointment setter. You probably never heard this before, but people don't tell you this stuff on the internet. But I figured out that information is free. So why just not give it to people? Like, give value up front. That's very important. And after that, you can ask for something. But if you didn't give any value, why should people ever buy from you? So what I told you, find an influencer, go to their value post, go to their comments, and message those people who are interested in becoming an appointment setter. Qualify them on a qualification call and onboard them. They were commission-based, give them the training they need. Of course they needed certain training because they currently have no experience, but you can train them the right way so they can produce you the desired outcome that you always dreamed of. So training your VAs, growth specialists, need to go through. This is very important because this is probably the hardest thing to understand. They need a certain training to succeed. They need a certain path, like a certain outreach workflow to follow in order to succeed, in order to generate outcome within your business. So this is all that I just went write all this stuff down in a little note. But you have to understand that I was an appointment setter, so I know every single detail, and I put it in a course. I put it in group coaching. Like, let's say you're gonna work with us in the future. Our appointment setters are going through a lot of content, are going through a lot of group coaching, are going through a lot of reviews, are going through a lot of live role play conversations, are also going through a lot of one-on-ones. Guys, we shadow them a lot. So you have to understand that in order to get good appointment setters, you have to spend time with them, right? So what is very important, like, do the thing yourself. You can never teach people something if you never did it yourself. I don't say that you cannot, like, you need to be an expert in it, but you also have to do it yourself on the side, right? Because you have to improve the strategy. Use Loom and record how you do it. So when you onboard people, you need to give them a certain training. You can do that by spending your time with them, but just do it with Loom, guys. You can spare time while doing that. Just send them a Loom and share it with them. Let them like experience how you do the thing. Weekly Q&A calls, live roleplay calls, and conversation review calls. You have to review their calls, right? Just shadow them in the beginning. Let's say in the first 7 days of working, so they're going to work for you. Understand that you need to review them because they would not do it like everything perfect. Not everything is going how you want it to go. You have to do live roleplay calls. So just hop on a call with them and do it live. Just do outreach live. Weekly Q&A calls. Let them ask questions, anything they need. Get them to implement and understand, plus shadow them within the first few days of starting. They will never touch your account within the beginning. What they're gonna do is let them go to Facebook and let them optimize their profile with your banner and let them do outreach from their own profile to see if they can seriously like get you results. And with a growth specialist, this is a little bit harder because a VA, you just pay a VA $3 an hour and she or he will do the work for you. But to find an actual growth specialist, it's a little bit harder. What I said, get them to implement and understand the whole process, workflow, what they need to do daily. Just let them understand the psychology behind an appointment setter. Like, how do you send messages? Just everything. How to build relationships, how to book qualified meetings, very important. When you should start hiring VAs or growth specialists. So should you wait before you figure out it yourself? Like before you figure out how to do outreach yourself? I don't think so. I don't think you should wait because a lot of volume of any process will get you better results than waiting to the perfect moment. And you probably don't even do it when you wait for the perfect moment. You have to understand that it doesn't matter if you're not good in a thing yet, if you're not good in doing outreach yet. You can learn it while you do it with your appointment setters. Because I can tell you that if you don't hire those appointment setters, you will probably not do it yourself. So you will generate zero results either. How to manage them? How to manage your VAs or growth specialists? So you have to leverage a paid or qualified audience. Very important. You seriously have to do that, because what I told you earlier in this video, we're not gonna do outreach to the people who are not interested in buying our product. I'm gonna make a video about how to leverage paid audiences later. I'm also gonna make a video about this outreach workflow, Instagram as an outreach channel and Facebook. But I will do that in another video, but it's a lot as well. So you can use this video in the future, who I'm gonna upload in the future, for your VAs or appointment setters, so they can follow that process. Leverage their own profiles and optimize it with your banner. I already told you how to do that. Daily 10-minute calls to check their progress and build team culture with them. Seriously, you have to build a sort of team culture with them. You have to give them an amazing experience within the first month. The first month is probably the most important month to give them an actual great experience, because that decides if they're gonna leave or if they're gonna stay. Hit the KPI standards. So how many conversations did he or she started? How many appointments did he book? How many follow-ups? How many looms? Let's say you're an agency, it will be looms or a VSL. And if you're a coach, it will probably be an evergreen VSL. Let them fill in an end of the day report. Our own growth specialists fill in an end of the day report every single day. They make a short loom video of 2 minutes of how the day was going and what they actually implemented this day, and what they just actually did for work. Track book meetings every single week. Track their converting ratio. You have to tell your appointment setter that she or he needs to understand how to qualify a prospect in order to get on a call, right? Review, improve, and repeat this whole process. Very important. Just review it every single week, what I told you, improve it, and repeat it. And after 2-3 months, it will be extremely consistent. You just build a machine that will produce you money every single month. You have found a process. You've automated the process of getting attention every single day. We have an implementation program where we help people with all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, just send me a message. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe on this channel if you want. Give me a like, and just let me know anything you want to know about this VA process or about this growth specialist process.